Welcome to part 2 of our course on digital language learning. My name is Julia Reiberg, and this part is about the strategies we can use to help learners learn a new language digitally. The strategies covered in this tutorial are suitable for web-based blended language learning. To learn about the other aspects of blended learning, please view part 1 and 3 of this course. Now, the learning objective today is to inform about popular strategies used in digital language learning in a blended learning environment. And by that, I mean a scenario in which you use technology in the classroom. The learning goal is for you to identify strategies and technical functions to incorporate into educational materials produced for such an environment. The 4 language learning strategies covered in this tutorial are cognitive strategies, metacognitive strategies, memory-related strategies, and social strategies. For each of these, I will provide examples and go over some possible technical functions. Cognitive strategies are about applying reasoning and analytical skills. Here, you might ask learners to take notes, to summarize, to synthesize or reorganize information, or to outline arguments. Interactive technical functions to support cognitive strategies. Those are text fields or box, tables or charts, matching or multiple choice quizzes. In this first example of cognitive strategies, learners analyze a text in order to determine how the sections are organized. In this part of a reading guide, in this case tied to a text on the Indo-European language tree. After reading a section of the text, learners are asked to place keywords from the text sections in the correct boxes. In this second example of cognitive strategies, learners establish relationships among concepts and make associations. As you can see, learners are asked to use an interactive tool to create a mind map tied to the topic of learning strategies in this case. Metacognitive strategies, those are all about managing your learning process by self-evaluation. This can be done to conclude the focus exercises via reading guides tied to texts, by add-ons such as digital training tools, or during and after unit plans. Interactive technical functions that support metacognitive strategies are a text field or box, tables and charts, and diverse quiz types. In this first example of metacognitive strategies, learners evaluate their task success. This example presents the evaluation section of a focus activity on learning strategies. Learners are asked to describe their reading experience, to comment on their ability to comprehend the contents of a video clip, and to reflect on their use of a mind map to retain information. In this second example of metacognitive strategies, learners monitor their mistakes and knowledge gaps. It is taken from an interactive quiz about the American election system. And as you can see, learners are presented with a summary of results comprised of the 6 exercises that are included in the quiz. This is an excellent way for learners to monitor their know-how, as they can then go back and check each individual exercise for correct and incorrect answers. In this third example of metacognitive strategies, learners evaluate their understanding via checkpoints or pit stops, if you will. What you see here is a quiz that is integrated into a learning portal, or more specifically, a focus activity. Learners have read a short story and they are now asked to answer questions about the story to check their reading comprehension. This setup would of course work very well also as a way to follow up on an audio file. Memory-related strategies, those are about retaining information. They're useful during the first stages of the second language acquisition process, such as during level A1 and A2. They are, however, to be avoided during the later stages, as they may prevent learners from using language creatively. Technical functions to include here would be a table or chart, video or audio files, pictures and illustrations, and also different PDF files such as flashcards, memory, or bingo. Quizzes are also very popular here as well. In this first example of memory-related strategies, learners acquire and retrieve information in an orderly string. What you see here is a glossary with words presented in the target language, English, and the classroom language, Swedish. In the second example of memory-related strategies, learners acquire and retrieve information through sensory stimuli. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see the use of an icon to denote a group constellation. Below it, you can see a man with a wig jumping, accompanied by a ticked picture description. It is tied to grammar tutorial and regular verbs, and exemplifies this particular word class, to jump. Next to the disco dancer, you see a video clip including a focus exercise on idioms, and the video clips explains the difference between the concepts of literary and figuratively, which are also explained in text format. In this third example of memory-related strategies, learners make use of mechanical means. What you see here are illustrations that indicate the use of a memory game and flashcards, both provided as printable PDF. In this fourth example of memory-related strategies, learners utilize patterns and processes to identify the sequence, the organization, and the relationships among elements. Unfortunately, this screenshot only shows part of the original exercise, in which learners are asked to assemble individual sentences to a full text, in this case, a note. Social strategies, those are about learning by interacting with others. Example strategies are asking questions to get verification and clarification, and helping others in doing a language tasks to pass on learning. Technical functions to support this strategy are file sharing and brainstorming, collaborative writing or presentation, an online bulletin board, and outside communication, as well as video responses and cooperative games. In this example of social strategies, learners submit a first draft for feedback and improvement after completing a series of activities to practice textual organization and sentence patterns. In this scenario, learners have previously written a continuation of a short story, and they're now asked to give each other constructive feedback, which will then be used to improve their work. So, let's recap. To create materials for digital language learning, you need to identify the strategies you want to employ and to figure out the technical functions that support these. Popular learning strategies in a blended learning environment are cognitive strategies, metacognitive strategies, memory-related strategies, and social strategies. Interactive technical functions that support these strategies are multiple choice or matching quizzes, sequencing exercises, games, and writing exercises. Thank you for watching, and happy teaching!